Hey there, what's up you guys? It's me, your boy JD, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since nag-upload kami last time, about 6 months na. But this is a performance review that I really couldn't pass up on. I wanted to do an initial impressions on it, but I think a lot of people already made by the time I actually got the sneaker. But this is our performance review on the Jordan Luka 1. Alright, so before we begin, I'd like to invite you guys to please do subscribe to the channel because it helps us a lot here dito sa JD and Reviews. And of course, sobrang nakatulong lang siya and we'd appreciate it a lot if you guys also like and share this video as well. So before I begin talking about the sneaker, we will be introducing something new within our performance testing and performance reviews. So there will be 5 categories that we will be tackling, which is the traction, the cushioning setup, the uppers material, and the fit, support, and the lockdown, which is in just one category, and obviously the aesthetic. The aesthetic is very subjective, obviously, kasi to each his own yan, kanya-kanyang taste naman yan. But overall, all of those 5 will be given a scorecard of a 5/5, and we will be giving you guys an average. Bibigyan namin kayo ng average after the whole performance review is already done. So alright, so now let's begin talking about the traction. So as you guys can see on the clip dyan sa traction pattern, it's all just these lines that kind of reminds me of a fingerprint, you know? But it's just these geometric lines na nakakagulat na it actually works. It has that stopping power that you'd want. It's very grippy, even though it's translucent rubber. It just really works out. Now for the durability, I wouldn't suggest that you guys use this on the outdoor court because number one, it's translucent and I don't really think that it's gonna last on the outdoor court. Walang XDR version ang Luka 1s, so that's very unfortunate na wala nga siya. But if you're just gonna use this on the wooden court or the indoor court, it's really gonna grip very well. But if you guys are gonna use this on the outdoor court, it's not gonna last you guys that long. So overall, what can I say about the score of the Luka 1 in terms of the traction? I'll give it a 5/5 because of the stopping power that this shoe actually has. It's really great. I didn't have any problems slipping on the court or whatever. It just grips very well. Now moving on to the cushioning setup. So for the cushioning setup, Jordan actually introduced something new to the Luka 1 and obviously the Jordan 37 as well. So for the Jordan Luka 1, they introduced a full-length Formula 23, which is basically just injected Phylon. They housed and caged inside this Phylon carrier. So the white outer portion that you guys are seeing on the clip, this is actually just regular Phylon. But if you look on the under part of the sneaker, if you guys look at that clip again, that green part, that's actually the Formula 23. So it's just caged within that Phylon, right? So how is the cushioning setup? How is the Formula 23? This new cushioning setup. Well, it's actually really good in terms of responsiveness. It's very good in terms of impact protection. It's kind of good. Like di ko masabi na super ganda siya because for impact protection, obviously you've got the LeBron series and even the KD line. You know, those guys, when it comes to impact protection, it will really give you that. So for me, the sneaker is a really well-balanced sneaker when it comes to the cushioning setup. You know, it's just subpar, if you would ask me. It's not the best out there, but it's also not the worst in terms of cushioning setup. So what's my grade or my score for the Jordan Luka 1s? Well, for the cushioning setup, it's a 3.5/5 for me because I feel like they could have added something more, like maybe a rectangular zoom unit somewhere in the 4-foot, or just a really tiny zoom unit. I don't know. They could have done something better instead of just using this full-length Formula 23. But don't get me wrong, it's a good cushioning setup, but it's not the best out there. Now moving on to the uppers material. So for the uppers material, when it comes to this particular colorway, it will come in a different box compared to the usual box that the Luka 1 comes in because this one is the Next Nature colorway of the Luka 1. So this particular colorway does use 20% recycled content by weight. More or less, the shoe it uses just recycled material. So as you guys can see on the clip, the suede panels right here and the little bit of synthetic leather touches right there. If you guys look at it, it's not finished very well compared to the other colorways. And the reason for that is, again, they're just using recycled materials that they found and then they reconstructed the sneaker, right? So for the uppers material as well, you do have this sock-like materials that's all over the place. It's all over on the uppers right here. So overall, I think it's a great material setup, especially that I like the idea of the Next Natures. So I like the idea that Nike or Jordan can actually use recycled materials to actually create signature sneakers. So I think na maganda yung idea na yun. So that's the reason why I would give it a 5/5 when it comes to the uppers material. Now moving on to the fit support and the lockdown. So for the fit, my suggestion would be go true to size. But if you guys want a snugger fit, you guys can actually go down half a size maybe, but it might be too snug. So okay na yung true to size. So if you're a size 8, just get a size 8. US not UK. If you're a size 8 US, go get size 8 US. Now for the support, this is where this shoe really does stand out. So for me, I am someone who sprains his ankle a lot. That's the reason why I've been using mid tops a lot now. Currently, I'm playing a lot in the LeBron 19s. I'm playing in the LaMelo Ball 1s, and I'm also playing in the Puma TRC Blaze courts. And the reason for that is because it's high cuts, right? So I'll only give exceptions to low cuts for certain sneakers, such as the Kobe 6 Pro Toes, the Kobe 5 Pro Toes, because those sneakers have really good support systems. But this shoe really does stand out, and the reason for that is because the first time that I used this sneaker, it felt like my ankles were super stable. It felt like my whole body was actually very stable. And the reason for that is actually because of the way that the shoe is constructed. So if you guys can see, it has a really wide base. You know, from the top view, you guys can see that it has a wide base. And then if you go onto the side, you'd see that the shank plate is not in the middle, but rather it's on the side, which is amazing because the shoe was constructed for Luka, who actually moves a lot in that manner. The Euro step, the step backs, he uses his lateral movements a lot. So talagang binibigyan siya ng support on this side, which is really great. So I think that really makes the shoe one of the best out there right now, in my opinion. Now, for the lockdown, again, the fit and the support is already great. So all you have to do is yank down on those laces and everything is just gonna work itself in place. Especially the uppers material. You see this thread, it's reinforcing the sock-like material that's out there. The shoe is like a sock shoe, but because of those threads that you guys can see, that gives the shoe much more stability, a lot more given support, and a lot more lockdown within the sneaker. So overall, for the fit, support, and lockdown, if I can give it a score of more than 5, I'd give it, but 5/5, it's a perfect for me. Now, moving on to the aesthetics. For the aesthetics, I actually like the way this sneaker looks. It's very unique, and I think that Jordan did a great job because honestly, if I'm gonna compare it with the most recent sneaker that I'm enjoyed hooping in, which is the LaMelo Ball 1s, I'd prefer the way this shoe looks over that one. So for the aesthetics, I'd give it a 4/5, and the reason for that is because I think that they could have done something a little bit more better within the sneaker. I'll make it pop more because honestly, the Luka ones, design-wise, it's really great, but it just looks like it's one of Jordan's team shoes. Doesn't look like a signature shoe because like, if you look at the Russell Westbrook signature line, if you look at the Zions, they actually look really great. But if you look at this one, it just looks great, but it just looks generic. You know what I'm saying? So I'd give it a 4/5, and because again, the design is unique compared to, the design is a bit unique, just a bit, not so much. So I give it a 4/5. So yeah. So overall, with a scorecard of 4.5/5. How is the Luka 1? Overall, I think that the Luka 1 is one of the best sneakers out there. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. If you've played in the Luka 1, if you've tried the Luka 1, let me know what you guys experienced. So let me know about it. But again, I just want to get back into this problem right now in terms of the Luka 1. And the problem is actually the reselling of the sneaker. Because honestly, I don't think resellers understand why like every 2 weeks or every month there's a new colorway of the Luka 1s, and the reason why it's only retailing for 6,195. I think the reason for that is because I don't think resellers understand that this sneaker is meant to be accessible to everyone. I think Jordan and Luka, they wanted the sneaker to be accessible to everyone, and I think that's the reason why it doesn't have a zoom unit. I think it's just using the Formula 23. I think that's why it's fairly cheap for a signature sneaker. I think that's the reason for that one. But since it is Luka Doncic, I can't say he's overrated because he's there. He's on that level. He's a great player. I'm a big fan of his game. So I really think that resellers don't understand. Obviously, I can't really blame the resellers for that again, because again, it is a business. The shoe game is actually becoming a business now. You snooze, you lose. It's that kind of thing now, unfortunately. But I hope that the resellers at some point, they don't overprice these things, because like I'm seeing a lot of resellers, they're selling it for just a tiny bit above SRP, just a tiny bit above 6195. But some are just really going through extreme lengths. Some are selling it for 8,500. They're selling it at that price point, which is kind of bothersome already, because like, come on man, the shoe is meant to be accessible for everyone. So I really hope that everyone does get a pair. So if you guys are wondering where I got this pair, I actually got this from SadSole. So shout out to SadSole. If you guys are interested in copying rare sneakers and at the same time good deals when it comes to like just sick deals like this one, like this particular Luka one, you guys might want to check out their Instagram page. I'm gonna link it down below, of course. Make sure to follow them, make sure to like them as well. So madali rin silang kausap. So super solid silang kausap. So SadSole, shout out to you. Thank you very much for my pair of the Luka ones. So let me guys know what you think. If you guys have played in the Luka one, let me know what you guys experienced. If you guys haven't copped a pair of the Luka ones, are you gonna cop soon, or is the resale value too high? Let me know what you guys think down below. Alright? So of course, before we end the video, I'd like to invite you guys again to please like the video, of course, share it to your friends, share it to your family, share it to everyone you know who plays basketball as well, and share it to anyone who loves sneakers. And of course, subscribe to the channel. It will definitely help us out a lot here and JD and Reviews. Anyways guys, this was your boy JD, and I'm hoping to upload more videos soon. Anyways, take care, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.